Hello, hello, what's up, people? Hello, how are you? What's up around the world? Huh? Uh, yeah, it's quite a pretty nice, cool day. So, it's Friday, so you have to fix something very urgent job. This some kind of laptop which is coming. No, this one is not coming from another computer shop. It's coming from a local customer. This is Dell Vostro. Let me see the model. Yeah, the laptop is quite an old laptop. Dell laptop. It's Dell Vostro A860. That's the model of this Dell laptop. So this laptop came in for repair. There's no power. So let's see if we can fix this laptop within few minutes. So we do have customer's charger. We have customer's charger. That's the Dell laptop. We have light on the charger. That means this charger is driving 19 volts. So checking the charger. 19.64. You can see there. 19.64. So the charger is good. So plug in the charger. We have the charging port here. The light goes off. You see? Why when you plug in the charger the light goes off? So in order to get the light here, we must disconnect the charger. Let me disconnect the charger here. I'll connect back the charger few seconds after, and we have light. Plug in the charge. You see the light here. Pay attention to the light on the charger. Plug in. The light goes off. That means short to ground. So the owner of this laptop is into cell phone repairs. So the laptop is not closed, it's open. He brought it like this. He's using to flash cell phones. So everything is in pieces here. Everything is in pieces, no screws, no anything. But let's try to take out the motherboard if we can. Oh, pieces. Huh? That's the laptop. That's the motherboard. That's the motherboard for Dell. So what you can see here, many components. That's the fan. We don't need fan yet. So what is here? This is a nice old motherboard. We have two RAMs. This is DDR2 RAM. We do have the old processor, Intel processor. We have the GPU. We have the PCH under this card, which I believe is a network card. Maybe. We do have the hard drive here. Okay. So let's pay attention to the charging port. Here the charging port. We have two MOSFET in serial mode and the current sensor. So I'm going straight to check there. This is the first MOSFET. The output of the first MOSFET is shorted to ground. On the current sensor 00. So you have short to ground on this motherboard. So let's go on a microscope and check together. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see. Let's see what's going on. We have the input section here. I explained these things many times. I explained these things many times. So what do we have here? We have the charging. This is the charging port connector. These ones. And we have a long inductor here. This is just an inductor. So the plus is coming through this inductor. You see this black thing? After this is passing through these three pins. That's the source, three pins together. That's the source of the MOSFET. And here on the output we have four pins together, drain, and it's passing to this 4 pins at the drain, 3 pins on the output, and it's going to this current resistor. And from this point the voltage is going everywhere. So we do have ground here. I'll stick brake probe on the ground and I'll check to current sensor. You see 00. That means the main 19 volts power line is shorted to ground. And checking this MOSFET drain to source. This one looks good. This MOSFET is 00. Source to gate. Source to gate is not shorted. Gate to ground. Gate to ground is not shorted. But source to drain is not supposed to be like this. So this MOSFET is faulty. So what you can do, let's start by taking down this MOSFET. And what kind of MOSFET is this? PQ. This looks like an N-channel MOSFET, 4466. The last number is an even number, so this is an N-channel MOSFET. So let's replace the MOSFET. Let's replace this MOSFET. That is our first problem. Or let's take out the MOSFET and see if the main 19 volts is too shorted. Our MOSFET is out. Checking the MOSFET again. Yeah, the MOSFET is gone. And the main 19 volts power line. This MOSFET is shorted, and we still have a shorted the main 19 volts power line. So we have two faults here. We have two faults. Let me look for a proper MOSFET. Okay, boards for space. Let's do some tricks here. So the second MOSFET is shorted, and the main 19 volts power line is shorted to ground. That's why when you plug in the charger, the light goes off. Let's try with this MOSFET, which I just took from a random motherboard. Good. The MOSFET is in place. We can clean the motherboard. We can clean this motherboard. So we need to fix this step by step. So checking our new MOSFET, the short is gone. But on the main 19 volts power line, we still have a short. Let's go to this capacitor. 0. Here we have another ceramic capacitors on the input which are connected to the 19 volts power line. 0, 0. We have another capacitors here. 0, 0. We have one here, 0. So what is taking that current? What we can do in this case, come with some amps and see what is taking power. That's the best way to go. We need to come with some amps and see what is taking that power straight on the current sensor. Check on the power supply. It's taking 2.7 amps and there's voltage drop to 1.7. Okay. I think I know. I just seen the problem. Okay. I want you to check something here. What do you think here? So what do you think is the problem? What is our problem here? We have those two guys in parallel mode which are blown up. Huh? How this is happening? To have like blown up capacitors. So let's take down all the capacitors. Usually all these capacitors they look bad, so let's check out all the capacitors. Or sometimes it's easy. I'm sure the problem is emanating from these capacitors, because these capacitors they are connected on the 19 volts power line, so they are shorting the 19 volts to ground. Oh, these capacitors are blown up. They are sending 19 volts to ground. The capacitors are out. Should we clean the area? Now we need some replacement. We need two clean guys to replace those capacitors. Okay, come on. Our capacitors are now in place. Let's start by checking for short on those capacitors. Let's start by checking for short here. Not shorted. Let's go back to the input section. Everything looks fine here. Everything looks fine. So now we need to know the plus pin, the plus pins here, and try That's the plus. Let's come with the power supply. Let's come with the power supply. It's now time to check if the 19 volts, if we have 19 volts on the motherboard. It's that moment to test. And it's taking 19 milliamps on the current sensor. Maybe you can't see. I put one probe on the ground and the other probe exactly here on this inductor before the input MOSFETs. And I'm checking voltage on the current sensor. And we have 19.7. If I'm to check on those capacitors, any of those capacitors here, we have 19.7. So we are done. We are done. So let me put all together and so we try to test. So let's try to put everything together here. Let's try to put everything together. Yeah, the laptop is not in good state. Trust me. This laptop is not even in good state. But that's not the issue. Because the owner explained clearly that he is just using this for music, loading music, and the other, and to keep other softwares for cell phones. So the most important thing here is just to ensure this thing is powering on. That's the most important thing. That's our only concern for now. Just to make sure we have a working laptop here. Yeah, I'm trying to connect necessary cables for testing only. That's what we want. Let us connect the LVDS for the screen. That's the screen cable. And also we need a switch here. For now, I think those are the necessary cables to have. And we have light. So let's power on. Let's plug in the charger here. I've seen some lights here. Huh? The light is no longer going off. On. You can see the Dell log. And you have a working laptop. Huh? It's working. Huh? What do you think about this? So what did you find? We found a shorted MOSFET. Yeah, that's the MOSFET, this one. And obvious on those capacitors, ceramic capacitors, I'm sure one was the problem, but we just replaced both. Invalid configuration information, what. I think it's trying to detect the hard drive. And we have to press F1 to continue. But the laptop is working fine. So there's no reason to continue here, because this laptop came in pieces and it's going back in pieces. I think this is the good moment to stop this video. But we have done so many videos on Dell laptops. Short to ground. When you plug in the charger, the light goes off. That means short to ground. Mainly on the main 19 volts power rail. In our case was a capacitor. And the second MOSFET was shorted from drain to source. And we replace it with another board, which I don't even bother what kind of motherboard is that. We just take the high side MOSFET from any switching power supply. And the laptop is working fine. And this laptop doesn't have a battery, doesn't have anything. Is using it like a fridge. So I'll stop this video now. Like, subscribe, don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Also share our videos to your friends, relatives, your strangers, your ex-boyfriends, your ex-girlfriends, and see you on the next one. Bye.